Good morning, everyone. Welcome back into North Dakota today. With unparalleled industry knowledge, experience, and local expertise, Dakota Plains Realty is the Fargo real estate expert that you have been looking for. Joining us this morning are Melissa, a real estate agent, and Western State Bank's Roxanne Miller to talk about pre-qualifications. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Yes, we're so happy to have you guys. Could you fill us in on what a pre-qualification is?
Yes, a pre-qualification is when we pull your credit. We take into account your income, your assets, and your debts, and see what you would qualify for a monthly mortgage payment. And then with that pre-qualification, we want to make sure you're comfortable with what that payment is, and we go ahead and suggest that everybody does a pre-qualification, as it is something, whether if it's your first home or your third home, that you should be doing.
Absolutely. And why is pre-qualification so important?
It's very important early on in the process, because when we pull your credit, we want to make sure what's appearing on your credit is what you expect. And if there's anything that we need to correct or fix, that we have time to do so. And then also with that total monthly mortgage payment and the cash that's needed for closing, we want to make sure that you are comfortable with that payment along with the cash that's needed.
Yeah, to touch on that credit issue a little bit, a lot of people will apply and then realize that they can't actually afford their dream home or really any home at all because of their credit. So it's really important to have a lender that will sit down with you and work with you on that credit score. Sometimes it's as simple as maybe paying off one credit card bill, and that might take a month or two to get ready. Sometimes it will be a year or two. But if you have a great lender like Roxanne that will educate you, eventually you'll be ready to buy that house if you're determined and you go through the process that they tell you to do. Also, a lot of people are looking at homes when they are just not prepared to do so. Our interest rates have changed so dramatically that a buyer's buying power has changed so much. So something they could have afforded 2 years ago, they likely cannot afford now. It's just so important to go through the pre-qualification process. It's the only way to know what your budget is going to be.
Yes, and then when would you recommend really starting this process of pre-qualification?
I suggest to start that pre-qualification as quickly as possible when you're starting to think about buying a home, because when you find your dream home and you want to make an offer, if you don't have a pre-qualification letter done, you might not have a seller that's willing to even take a look at your offer.
Yeah, I have a lot of people call, and our only discussion in the beginning is, have you spoken with a lender? Have you gone through the application process? That's the first thing I recommend for everybody, because then I can sit down with them and we can start looking at houses that are realistic and in their budget. It is just extremely important to do so. I've had a lot of clients lose out on homes because they don't think they're quite ready, but we all know if you're sitting on Zillow or Realtor.com, you're a lot more ready than you think. And somebody with a pre-qualification letter is going to come and snag that house out from underneath you, because houses can go fast, and if you're not ready and they are, you will not have the option to buy that house.
Absolutely. So what shouldn't you do after a pre-qualification?
After pre-qualification, we ask that you don't apply for any other credit, like car loans, personal loans, furniture loans, anything like that.
Yeah, that is a huge topic to discuss. I tell my people, you don't do anything at all with your credit after you're pre-qualified unless you talk to your lender first. Do not open a card, do not close a card. People get excited and they'll go to the furniture store and they'll go, oh, an 18-month no interest credit card, let's buy some furniture. Well, even lowering your credit score by a couple points can lose your ability to purchase that home. So Roxanne will run your credit again. She'll have to right before you close, and if you have done something like that, even a couple points down, you could be out of a home that you're supposed to move into in 2 days, and that's devastating.
Yes, I like that you mentioned that, because, you know, applying for those credit cards or those furniture store kind of deals can have a huge impact on your credit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes. All right, so where can you go to get pre-qualified?
You can give me a call at 701-499-6312, or you can go to my website, which is roxannemillerhomeloans.com, or you can also visit me at Western State Bank, and I'm located in West Fargo at 755 13th Avenue East.
Yeah, and I really want to note how important the reputation of your lender is to your buying power. In the past market with multiple offers, listing realtor is going to sit down with their seller and they're going to go over every detail of the offer, including who the realtor is that they have to work with, and especially who the lender is. If it is a local reputable lender who this listing agent knows, that is going to make them very comfortable in taking this offer because they know that they can get to the closing table. There are people who want to, apply with online lending institutions or people who are out of state, and I think that's a risky way to go because if I'm selling a house, I want to be comfortable that I am going to be able to communicate with this lender, and this lender is going to know the area and how to get the loan closed. So working with somebody local who has a great reputation is very important in your buying power, and you could lose out on a house if you choose not to do so.
Definitely. Well, thank you, ladies, for all those great tips.
Yeah, have a great day.
Yes, of course. You guys too. All right, everyone, stick around. We have much more coming up on today's show.